Or you hear people about the, Jesus drank wine. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to include that one. My name's Chris, and I'm glad you guys are here because I can't do this alone. So, I'm going to talk about the sober curious movement. And a lot of my posts, I like to do the hashtag sober curious. I recently bought the IP to sobercurious.me. I'm going to be creating a whole thing there. I love the sober curious movement because it's an open mind, explorative approach to alcohol free living. And I think society would be a lot better without drinking, frankly. And not just because I'm a recovered alcoholic, but I can tell you I've just uh yeah. I mean just for the simple fact of people I talk to that didn't have a drinking problem, that just quit drinking, how their lives get a lot better. Their sleeping gets better. They physically have way more energy. They're crushing it at work. So for no other reason than it's just a practical thing, really. Why is sober curious or hashtag sober curious? Why is this catching on? What are the reasons why people are into this? One reason is for productivity and career focus. Many professionals are prioritizing their careers and personal growth, viewing alcohol as a potential hindrance to their goals. Well, they're not wrong. So in the past, I remember when I first attempted to quit drinking and would try to date, like go out, put myself out there. I'd always have to explain why I didn't drink. It was funny, like I don't smoke either. I never had to explain why I don't smoke, but I'd always had to explain why I don't drink. And it's people are still like that a little bit now, but it's way more. You can just tell people, hey, I don't drink, and they're not going to drill down on you because so many people don't drink. I think social media played. I believe social media, the influence of social media, just made it way easier for people to make this more accepted. So the health implications are pretty obvious. I can't imagine anyone arguing the idea that alcohol is good for you. I just don't think that's out there. This is not a controversy. That's kind of the beautiful thing about it. Specifically, the mental effects, the mental clarity. Another reason would be the economic. The cost of alcohol, both financially and in terms of health, is leading many to tailor their consumption. I used to live out in LA. I live in Austin now. When I would take a date out, having to pay for drinks, it was kind of bananas. So, yeah, drinking ain't cheap, and depending on where you live, it's ridiculous. Yeah, there's just a lot more as far as like socialization. There's a lot more choices out there that you don't need to drink to enjoy them. There's a lot of sober activity. In fact, I mean, the odd thing is it's natural. It's natural for us to be doing things sober. It's actually unnatural for us to be intoxicated to do these things. It's surprising how boring some things are when there's no alcohol involved. Oh, another reason would be this wave of mocktail marketing. Most restaurants, especially the nicer ones, they have like a mocktail menu, or at least a few options to choose from, or at least they're willing to look at all their drink specials. They have a mocktail version of it. I know many people that don't have any problem with alcohol, but they just prefer a mocktail when they go out to eat, and they want to wake up and feel good the next day.
Now I'm going to make a bold statement why I believe that more people are saying no to alcohol. And that is, people are starting to realize that they feel better without alcohol.
Also, you have recovery adjacent individuals. So people not like myself, who is in recovery, who is a recovered alcoholic, but there's people who are recovery adjacent. People who may not identify as having a substance use disorder, but recognize that they're having problems with it. Yeah, they're having consequences in their life, but they might not be a full-blown alcoholic. So this is good to help support these people who just know flat out like their life would be better without drinking, but they just don't, in the past, society hadn't caught up with that yet. And so it just makes it a lot easier for people. All this is starting to get outdated. And well, plus the science is caught up. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, after I got used to it, when I would go out and socialize and hang out with my friends, the conversations felt real and authentic versus this weird fake glossy. I'm a recovered alcoholic, so of course I like the idea of the youth not drinking as much and putting themselves at risk for a real horrible path. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to talk about the Sober Curious movement because I'm going to be getting involved with promoting it, advocating it my own way. Like I said, I procured the IP for sobercurious.me. Nothing's up yet. There's no website up yet, but that's going to be something I'm involved in and talking about on this channel. But leave your comments about Sober Curious.
For those of you out there that are sober, comment down below and share with the community what your current streak of sobriety is. And bonus points if you want to mention the health benefits that you've also noticed along your sobriety journey.